Whether you're a sponsor, site staff member, monitor, or someone new to the world of clinical trials, understanding QA and audits is absolutely essential. These aren't just regulatory checkboxes. They're critical tools that protect participants, ensure reliable data, and build trust in research. In this episode, we'll break down what QA and audits really are, how they work together, what auditors are looking for, and how teams can always be audit-ready.
Welcome to the GCP-Mindset channel, and all topics on clinical research.
So, what exactly is quality assurance, or QA, in the context of clinical research? QA refers to all the planned and systematic activities put in place to ensure that a clinical trial complies with good clinical practice, regulatory requirements, and the approved study protocol. It's important to understand that QA is different from quality control. While quality control focuses on spotting problems after they've occurred, QA is all about preventing problems before they even happen. Think of it as a proactive safety net that ensures everything is running as it should be from day one. Now, what are the building blocks of QA in a clinical trial? First, protocol development. QA plays a crucial role in making sure that the protocol is scientifically solid, ethically justifiable, and feasible to carry out. Then we have data management. QA ensures that systems for collecting, storing, and analyzing data are validated, secure, and capable of producing high-quality results. Staff training is another vital element. Everyone involved in the trial needs to be trained and qualified, and that training has to be documented. We also can't forget about site monitoring and continuous improvement. QA teams support regular monitoring and help analyze trends, perform root cause analysis, and implement improvements. And of course, there's vendor and system oversight, because any outsourced functions, whether it's a central lab or a data system vendor, must also meet quality and compliance standards. Now let's shift to audits. An audit is an independent and systematic examination of trial activities and documentation. The goal? To check whether the study is being conducted in compliance with GCP, the protocol, standard operating procedures, and regulatory requirements. And here's something important. Audits aren't the same as monitoring. Auditors must be independent from the conduct of the trial. Their job isn't to manage the study, it's to verify the integrity of what's been done. Audits are key to safeguarding participants and ensuring the credibility of the data generated. They provide transparency, highlight areas for improvement, and help maintain trust with regulatory authorities and the public. There are a few main types of audits you should know. First, we have on-site audits. These are the most common and involve a detailed review at the investigator site itself. Everything from patient records and consent forms to storage and training logs. Then we have system audits. These focus on specific processes like serious adverse event reporting, data integrity, or staff training systems. And finally, for cause audits. These are triggered when something doesn't look right. Maybe repeated protocol deviations, unusually fast enrollment, or even data that looks a little too clean. Regardless of the type, audits all serve the same purpose, to ensure that the trial is being run in line with expectations and regulations. So what actually triggers an audit? Well, several things. Frequent protocol deviations, unexpected adverse events, or repeated non-compliance often raise red flags. Data inconsistencies, like numbers that don't quite add up, or enrollment that seems too good to be true, can also prompt an audit. And of course, regulatory authorities such as the FDA or EMA can initiate their own audits at any time, sometimes randomly, and sometimes in response to specific concerns. In some cases, the site may even request an audit proactively, particularly if they're preparing for regulatory submission or suspect internal quality gaps. Now, when an audit happens, what are the auditors actually reviewing? It starts with documentation. Is the investigator site file complete and up to date? Are all informed consent forms properly signed and dated? They'll verify source data against case report forms, check staff qualifications and GCP training certificates, and look at how investigational products are stored and documented. They'll also assess how adverse events are handled, whether procedures are followed as per protocol, and how biological samples are labeled, transported, and analyzed. In short, auditors are looking for evidence that every aspect of the study was conducted correctly, and that every decision can be traced and justified. So, What does the audit process actually look like? It begins with planning, defining the scope of the audit, choosing what will be reviewed, and scheduling the visit. Next comes the actual conduct of the audit. This involves reviewing documents, observing site practices, and interviewing staff to understand how the study was handled on the ground. After that, there's the reporting phase. Auditors compile their findings, note any non-compliance issues, and recommend corrective and preventive actions. Finally, we have the follow-up stage. Here, the site or sponsor implements those corrective actions, and auditors may return or request documentation to verify that the issues have been addressed and won't recur. So how can you always be audit-ready, not just scrambling when you get the notification? First, keep your documents organized and updated. Don't wait until someone asks. Make training part of your culture, not just a checkbox. If there's a protocol deviation, document it thoroughly and implement a CAPA. That's a corrective and preventive action. This isn't just about fixing what went wrong, it's about preventing it from happening again. Use electronic systems that support audit trails and role-based access. And most importantly, encourage open communication. Staff should feel safe raising questions and reporting concerns. A quality culture means everyone owns the process. At the end of the day, QA and audits aren't about bureaucracy. They're about protecting people, producing credible science, and building confidence in the results we bring to patients and regulators. By embedding quality into every step of a clinical trial and treating audits as opportunities to improve rather than moments to fear, we move the field of medicine forward. It's not just about passing an inspection. It's about doing the right thing every day. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you found it informative. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on clinical research.